So good day. So today I will tell you a story about the house of Thebes. So the royal house of Thebes, Zeus moved to Europea in his ball form. It was sought after by her sibling Cadmus, who went to Delphi to ask where he could track down her. Apollo advised him to stop searching for her and build his city. Cadmus founded Thebes and planted dragon's teeth into the ground at the council of the god. After all the battling men who emerged from the ground had battled one another, the five that were left turned into his assistants. He presented the latter set to Greece and wedded a daughter of Ares and Aphrodite. They had four awful daughters: Semele, who gave birth to Dionysius; Ino, who was an evil stepmother. However, it turned into a decent goddess after she transformed into a nymph; Agave, who killed her son Pentheus; and Autonomy, who watched her son die. Autonomy's son was transferred into a deer while hunting and watched him destroyed by his canines. Cadmus and his spouse were transformed into snake in their old age for unknown reasons. King Laius was the extraordinary grandson of Cadmus and wedded Jocasta. The oracle of Delphi cautioned him that his son would kill him and so sent him away deserted when it was born. Numerous years later, a horrible sphinx who put a riddle to each explorer and killed him when he didn't answer accurately attacked Thebes. Oedipus was accepted to be the child of another king and ventured out from home because the oracle said that he would one day kill his father. He came to Thebes and decoded the riddle of the Sphinx, killing it. They went to the city as a legend and wedded the king's widow. Their sons grew older. An awful plague attacked the city. He sent Jocasta's brother Creon to Delphi to look for an answer for the plague. He returned and let them know what the killer of Laius should be found. Oedipus vigorously started the hunt. Thieves had killed Laius on a way many years prior. Just one of his workers endures the experience. Oedipus asked Therasius who the killer was and he wouldn't reply. He persuaded the blind prophet and he said that it was he, Oedipus, that had killed him. He requested to address the slave who endured the assault. Jocasta started to panic. A courier from Oedipus' old home in Thebes showed up and let them know that he had gotten Oedipus from a wandering shepherd and the king of Corinth had raised him as his own. The shepherd checked this and Oedipus unexpectedly realized that he had killed his father and wedded his mother. Jocasta hung herself and Oedipus dazed himself in punishment. The world of blindness was a refuge. Better to be there than to see with strange, shamed eyes the old world that had been so bright. Oedipus had two sons, Polynices and Eteocles, and two daughters, Ismene and Antigone. Creon shouldered the rule of the town, and years after, Oedipus was banished. Antigone followed her father as an aide. Polynices and Eteocles fought over the privileged position. Polynices was forming an army in another town. Oedipus and Antigone went to Colonus, where Oedipus died. Theseus obtained and buried him after his demise. Ismene came to him before he died. The sister got back to the city of Thebes and found the bloodshed. 6 chieftains joined Polynices. The fight seethed on until the two brothers dueled and died together. One of the seven champions survived. Creon declared that the people who assaulted Thebes would be buried. Antigone was stunned that her brother, Polynices, wouldn't be buried. Creon threatened death for those who defied him. Regardless, Antigone buried her brother. Ismene wanted to share the responsibility, yet Antigone would let her, and so Creon had killed her. The last champion went to Athens and requested that Theseus to append with him, and pressured Creon to discharge the bodies. Theseus would possibly do as such in case it was the desire of the people. Athens walked against the city to recover the dead bodies. Years later, the son of the seven champions returned to Thebes and conquered it again.